let's be real, the world of work is changing like crazy fast, and generative AI is pretty much in the driver's seat. It's so easy to feel overwhelmed by it all, but what if you had a clear, simple roadmap to not just keep up, but actually get ahead of the curve? Well, that's exactly what we're going to build together today, your own personal GenAI career roadmap. Yeah, this quote absolutely nails it. This isn't just some other tech trend that's going to fade away. No, this is a fundamental shift in how we work. And that one word right in the middle, adaptability, that's no longer just a nice-to-have skill on your resume. It's the new core competency for staying relevant, period. So this is the big question, right? The one that maybe keeps you up at night. But here's the thing. The goal isn't to be afraid of this technology. It's to learn how to use it to your advantage. We're going to break the answer down into clear, actionable steps so you can go from feeling kind of uncertain to feeling totally empowered. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. It's broken into 5 stages. We're going to start by really understanding the challenge we're all facing. Then we'll build your foundational knowledge. After that, we'll move from just theory into actual practice, explore what it takes to be an AI leader, and then wrap it all up with a 12-month action plan you can start using literally the second this is over. All right, first up, let's talk about the challenge itself. The subtitle here really says it all: adapt or risk becoming irrelevant. And look, this isn't just about learning some new software. It's about a fundamental shift in how you approach your entire career strategy. So let's dig in. So where do you even start with all this? Well, we start by laying a super solid foundation, because you can't build a real career on just buzzwords, right? This first phase is all about getting the real knowledge, and it's absolutely non-negotiable if you want to succeed. We're going to break this foundation down into 2 main pillars. First, we'll make sure your core digital skills are rock solid. Then we'll jump into the specific building blocks of generative AI. So let's start with that digital core. You got to think of this stuff as the absolute bedrock. I mean, AI doesn't just exist in a vacuum, you know? It runs on the cloud, it's fueled by data, and it connects to everything else through APIs. And of course, all of it has to be secure. Without a solid handle on these fundamentals, trying to build anything with AI is literally like trying to build a house on quicksand. It's just not going to work. Okay, now for the really cool stuff, the actual GenAI building blocks. This is where we get into how the magic actually works. We're talking about the core models, the art of writing good prompts, and some other key concepts. For instance, RAG. It sounds complicated, but it's not. All it means is you give the AI your own specific documents to read so it can answer questions with info that you provided. Understanding these core ideas is what separates a casual user from someone who can really harness this power. Okay, so once you've got that foundation locked in, it's time to actually do something with it. This is where we shift gears from theory to practice. And this is the step that turns what you know into real, tangible value, making your skills pretty much irreplaceable. And what's so cool about this is it's not just for the techies and the engineers. GenAI is a massive force multiplier for pretty much every job. For engineers, yeah, it's AI-assisted development, but for project managers, it's AI-driven planning. For quality assurance, we're talking autonomous testing. And for basically everyone else, it's like having an AI co-pilot to help automate your daily grind and just make you better at your job. And you gotta know what tools are out there. So on one hand, you have the big general assistants like ChatGPT. They're awesome for creative stuff, research, you name it. But then on the other hand, you have these super specialized co-pilots like for GitHub or Jira that are built right into the tools you already use every day. The real magic happens when you know how to use both. But listen, just learning this stuff isn't enough. You have to actually build something. Start small. Automate a boring report you have to do every week, or build a simple chatbot. The whole point is to create a little portfolio of projects. And hey, when you build it, show it off. Put it on your LinkedIn, your GitHub. Prove that you can deliver real value. All right, once you're comfortable building and applying this stuff, the next level is to start leading with it. This is about moving up from being just a skilled user to becoming a real AI strategist, someone who sees the big picture and can use this tech to drive serious business impact. And take a look at these skills. Notice something? None of this is about writing code. This is all about the uniquely human stuff that AI can't do, but can definitely amplify. We're talking about strategic thinking, leading people through change, telling a good story that connects the tech to the business, and making sure it's all done ethically. AI doesn't make these skills obsolete. No way. It makes them more important than ever before. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground, the what and the why. Now let's get super practical with the how. This is your 12-month action plan. It's a concrete timeline to make sure this whole journey is consistent, manageable, and not overwhelming. But before we get to that 12-month plan, I want you to look at this number, 30 to 60. What do you think that is? That's the number of days between major breakthroughs in the GenAI space. I mean, that's just relentless, right? This is exactly why continuous learning isn't just a nice idea, it's a flat-out survival strategy. So how in the world are you supposed to keep up with that pace? You do it by building really simple, sustainable habits. Subscribe to 1 or 2 great newsletters. Take 1 small online course every quarter. And honestly, maybe the most powerful tip here, find a few people at work and start a little learning circle. You don't have to do this alone. In fact, it's way better if you don't. And here it is. This is how it all fits together in a simple 12-month roadmap. See how it flows? Quarter 1, you're just getting those foundations right. Quarter 2, you start specializing in your field and using the right tools. Quarter 3 is when the rubber meets the road. You're building stuff for your portfolio. And by quarter 4, you're ready to really lean into those bigger leadership and strategy skills. It's a step-by-step journey from learner to leader. Look, if there's just one thing you remember from all of this, let it be this. This isn't some checklist you finish and then you're done. Being ready for GenAI is a continuous cycle of learning, doing, and adapting. It's not a destination. It's really a new way of thinking about your career. So there you have it. The path is pretty clear, from those basic foundational skills all the way up to strategic leadership.